And welcome back to Island Life Live. Joining us now is Councilmember Dr. Andria Tupola. Aloha, Dr. Tupola. How are you?
Aloha. Thank you guys for having me.
I like calling her that now. This is so awesome. Hey, thank you so much again for joining us. I know election day is next week, Tuesday already, so it's fast approaching. And on the back of the ballot, there's all of these questions. I want to kind of focus on the city amendment, the proposed changes. Because, you know, a lot of times these things are in legalese. So I'm so glad we have a doctor on the set with us, so you can break it all down. Let's start at the beginning. Question number one proposes appropriating money to a climate resiliency fund. What's that and how would that work? Okay,
so there's special funds that we have within the city government, and specifically we already have two that are similar, Affordable Housing Fund, and we have the, what is the other one called? But both of them actually do the same thing where 0.5% of it goes in, Clean Water Natural Land Funds. They both go into a fund that's supposed to be used later. Just so everyone's clear, Clean Water Natural Land Fund has over 50 million sitting in that account.
Wow.
And the Affordable Housing Fund has over 30 million sitting in that account. So the thing about special funds is that you tie up funds that you could otherwise use other places, but now they're only designated for that. Sometimes they don't get appropriated right away. So we do have a climate change and resiliency office, and I did say that for me, I would prefer giving them budget as opposed to putting things in a fund and having millions of dollars sit around when we know the city and county could be using that.
So how do they tap into those funds? Do they have to come and see you guys, and is it a whole process?
So for the Affordable Housing Fund specifically, Department of Community Services accesses it, but for the Clean Water Natural Land Funds, you have to have a nonprofit, you have to apply, the commission has to approve it. It's only been able to be used for maintenance and purchase of land, so there's quite a bit of stipulations on it for good reasons, but I do not think we need one more special fund that holds in the millions of dollars, because we desperately need those funds to be used at our parks, at things that need immediate, and of course for our homeless issues.
Got it.
Okay, now that was just the first question. We still got more to go. Okay, so question number two, on the ballot, proposes creating a new emergency management department. So why would they have that?
So right now, the emergency management is an office under the managing director. So it's not technically a department. It used to be called civil defense.
Right.
So back in the day, it wasn't necessarily needed to be that. So we're suggesting that it be put in the charter as its own department. But wait, this is the clincher. We're suggesting that there be minimal requirements for who hold the directorship. Right now, there are no minimal requirements. After what happened in Maui, it's very apparent that there needs to be a very basic, structured qualifications for somebody in that position. So both of those are part of question two.
Got it. And a lot of times when you apply for a job, if you're looking on Indeed or whatever, they have prerequisites or requirements. So I guess kind of makes sense. Question number three proposes adding an Ocean Safety Commission. What's the deal with that one?
Okay, well, personally, I helped to get this one on the ballot, so I'm a yes on this. But same thing, it's an office, so it's a part of Department of Emergency Services, so they're part of EMS. They're underneath of them. We're suggesting, because they just became their own department, that there be a commission over this new department that then chooses the next chief, as opposed to a director that's appointed by the mayor, a chief chosen by a commission of water men and water women. This commission would oversee if there are budget items, if things need to be improved, if there's any employee dispute. So the commission serves similarly to how the police and the fire commission serve. So now that Ocean Safety has become their own department, we suggest that this commission would be the best way to move forward.
Got it. And so the people on the commission would be, as you said, water men and water women.
Yes.
So they have that ike, they have that understanding of what exists in that world.
Yes. I mean, as you know, with this new High Surf Hawaii, it's like everybody is in love with our lifeguards. And you know what? For good cause. These guys are heroes.
They work hard,
absolutely.
Man. Okay, we had a fourth one.
Yeah.
All right,
based on the question and how it's worded, I already know everybody going to vote. You know, I don't. Actually, I shouldn't say.
Yes.
I shouldn't say, but
gotta vote yes on question 4.
Talk to us about that one.
You know, this is about the salary cap. So a year ago, we had this huge outrage, right? A 64% increase for council members, and people were very angry about it. And the debate was around how many people we represented that our salaries should be higher. No doubt we represent a lot of people. Me personally, I represent 140,000 people. And so this is almost like the size of a congressional district in other states. Definitely the compensation for Oahu was below where it needed to be. Did everyone agree that there should be a 64% one-time increase? No. So what this is suggesting is that any increases for council members be tied to union raises. So it's usually between 2 and 3 for collective bargaining,
like
right?
COLA.
Yeah. 2 and 3%, not 64. So it's tied to the 2 and 3 or whatever happens that year, or it's capped off at 5. So no more than 5% in any one time for council members. And then it also takes us out of the equation, so we do not vote on it, yay or nay. It just gets implemented as it ties to collective bargaining or capped at 5%.
Okay, wow, that we covered a lot of ground.
That was a lot.
But then again, it is very important. I mean, that's why it's on the ballot. So we got to make wise decisions, and I hope our audience got some insight from you, Dr. Tupola.
Yes, and I do. On my social media, I put each video separately. So if you want to rewatch that, 7 more days. There's still time. You're not registered. You can walk in. Our voter service centers are open. Kapolei Hale, Honolulu Hale, all the way till the day of.
Yep.
You got time. Get out there and vote.
Absolutely. Councilmember Dr. Andria Tupola, thank you so much for joining us.
Aloha.
We got to make this seat ready for you anytime.
Exciting.
All right, let's hit the road right now. Danielle.